Yeah, that makes sense. What about electricity?
Yeah, huge one, man, huge one. So the first property we built, actually, the A-frame, um, that was the biggest lesson I learned from that project. So we didn't, it was connected to a road. It was a private road, but it was a paved road coming up to the 4 acres. And I didn't know, and my builder didn't catch it, my agent didn't catch it, that the land didn't have access to electricity, that we needed to get some sort of easement from the neighbors to bring electricity to the property. I didn't think that was going to be that big of a deal because the neighbor below me um or has a beautiful Airbnb with a mountain view just like mine. So I thought we're both Airbnb hosts, that she was going to be nice about it. But I mean, again, it's her land. She can do whatever we want. Same thing with the neighbor on the other side. We built that first cabin with a generator because none of the neighbors would give us electricity. That was like, we had a fully built house at the end and we didn't have any electricity to get to it. So we played around with solar, but just we had to take down too many trees, and we did ended up getting the electricity. It was just we had to go like the 3 times the distance completely around my neighbors, which we were lucky that another neighbor had said yes to that. But yeah, making sure that electricity is a big one. Another one that I learned about a year ago is if you're doing internet or like you're probably going to be doing some sort of satellite internet with the land that you're purchasing. Just making sure that if you're doing direct TV, or if you're doing any type of satellite TV, satellite internet, bringing out the company, you can pay, I think that you pay them like $50 to $75 for their team to come out, and just verifying where that where the internet's going to go, where the direct TV is going to go, and stuff like that. And that also helps you before you even have your crew out there, to tell your builder, hey, take down these 3 massive trees because we can't get internet because the trees are in the way. Same thing with the electricity company. You can contact your electricity company and they can tell you like, hey, no, there's no way to get electricity to this land without talking to the neighbor. So yeah.
So you got to make friends with the neighbors first.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's
You
true.
book
That's
their
true even outside of the electricity thing. Just making sure that
probably
you're on good terms with the neighbors.
you probably just book their
That's a big
Airbnb
one.
first. Book their Airbnb first.
Yeah,
Give
'cause
them a
the first
glaring
thing they think
review.
about is parties when they hear Airbnb, which is not true, but it's like they would
Well,
go,
you
oh
said
crap,
like one of your neighbors had their own Airbnb, no?
yeah, they did. I mean, that the property that's right below us, that's adjacent, the land that's adjacent to us, that was an Airbnb. So I thought she was good. She's super cool. It's just she just didn't want to give us that easement. So
Yeah, is she worried about competition, you think?
yeah. What was that?
Do you think she was worried about the competition? Or
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that wasn't gonna stop us. We just dropped all this money on the land. We were gonna, yeah.
all
I
right, so
mean, maybe.
these are kind of the boxes that you have to tick off. You have to figure out, is there easy access by road? Is there easy access for electricity, satellite, internet? And then you have to make sure that you're able to install that septic tank that you
Yeah, so yeah, the septic tank and the well. The well's a little bit of that's the biggest unknown if you don't have access to city sewer. We don't really deal with like natural gas or propane. All of our appliances are electric. So that's another thing I'd recommend is like, if you don't, just to skip a step, so you don't have to have like a propane tank going up there every like couple months. Is just, I would recommend all electric appliances, hot water heaters, everything. But yeah, the septic system, you can, if you're using a land agent, I'm sure they'll have someone to he's called a soil scientist. That's the person that you send out there to like put a couple holes in the ground and figure out if the land, it's called perking, if the land will perk, to be able to accept a septic system for it to be able to get the permit. The well, honestly, well permits are pretty easy to get. You can go on your county website and sort of figure out, look at your neighbors' well permits, depending on how old the property is, and sort of see how far they had to dig down. And honestly, that's been a pretty good gauge when it comes to like budgeting for a well. I would go on the higher end compared to the lower end when you see like your neighbor's depths and stuff. So, because the A-frame, we had to dig like 850 feet, which is insanity to me. I just think about like where I grew up, or like visiting Chicago, like you think of like the John Hancock building or something, and it's like we dug 85 stories down into the ground.